Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Macky2. Join me as we look at episode 3 of King Bugar Rise to Fame, the reality show. Join me right after this. Welcome back. Now, if you haven't followed me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, kindly follow me at Macky1 and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now, let's get straight into this week's episode, and my oh my, it had lots of drama. And first up is Sean Kester never ceases to amaze me. And in this episode, he was being Sean Kester. Remember in the previous episode, he had an issue with Nessie because she was late and the way she was dressed. And in this week's episode, he still insisted that she just walked in like a model. Do we sense a natural hatred here, or they just can't get along? So Sean Kester was upset because Nessie appeared for work without Macky2, and they had an important meeting that they were supposed to go to. So Nessie showed up for work without Macky2 when Sean Kester had insisted that they were supposed to come for work at the same time. This angered Sean Kester a bit, and as usual, he wasn't pleased. Nessie tried to talk her way through the conversation, but someone was still upset, and she had to make a call to his wife to make sure that Macky2 attended the meeting. Though the call was not shown in the series, but it was uncomfortable for her. As MK's wife and children were having a family lunch and outing, Macky2 had to rush out. And that is where Dandy Crazy was introduced in the scene. One thing I must recommend Dandy for is the fact that he's family oriented and he loves and puts his family first. And I was so impressed to see that he equally puts his friends' family as important as his own. So he was asked to take Macky2's wife and children back home as MK rushed out for the meeting. And one thing that I admired is how highly he spoke of Macky2's wife. And they disclosed that they have been friends for over 10 years. That is a long time. And it was so nice to see just how much Macky2 trusts his friend with his family. Now, eventually Macky2 came back from his meeting and still found Dandy. And the funny thing I picked out from what Dandy said throughout the episode was when he mentioned that he had put his phone on charge because he was scared that he might go home and find no power. You know, Lusaka and load shedding. I was also amazed to see how he played so lovingly with MK's children. Afterwards, MK decided to make a meal for his family as he was trying to make peace with the madam for leaving them earlier on. And then guess what happens? I think it wasn't Macky2's day that day because another bomb appeared on his door unannounced. And guess who it was? Nessie. Before that, MK had mentioned to his wife that they were looking for an assistant, but he forgot to mention that they had found an assistant who was Nessie and she was female. And the lady just decided to drop at the house unannounced, no notification whatsoever, because MK left his bag. Like, his bag. Just a bag. Not a phone, not a wallet, not money, not important documents. But a bag. Hey. Ooh, and Huntinga was like, Huntinga wasn't happy. She wasn't even pretending. Her facial expression was like, girl, like, what are you doing in my house? This is family time. Like, who are you? Ooh, and she didn't like the way Nessie was so comfortable. Okay, let me say this. You know, when usually when you visit people's houses, you don't go in the kitchen. you remain in the sitting room. But Nasi went straight to the kitchen to give MK the bag. That didn't sit well with the madam, and I look forward to seeing how their relationship unfolds. That's if they come across again. Fast forward, I would like to mention that I didn't like the fact that MK's wife and him were having a discussion in presence of the children. However, I would like to mention that I liked the way they handled the situation and the way they spoke and managed to speak calmly in presence of the children. I loved their maturity. The other thing that got to me was when Mr. Dumizani Lingamangali Ncube was introduced to the series. And I was impressed with the way Macky2 handled the business negotiations. I was like, oh my goodness, this man, despite him being an artist, is actually an entrepreneur who's business minded, and he knows what he wants to get out of the table, and he knows he wants to get out of a business deal. I was impressed by that. So tell me, guys, which part was your favorite? That's if you watched the show. In case you missed it, catch the repeat on Zambezi Magic on DSTV and TV. So leave your comment in the comment section below and tell me what you think about episode 3 of Bugar, the reality show Rise to Fame. Until next time.
I get up, I get up, can't deny it. I get up, I get up.